gentlemen, welcome to the main event of the evening, proudly presented by Hall Constructors. Empire Boxing Promotions would like to take this time to recognize the sanctioning bodies that have made this event possible. Thank you to Boxing BC and the BC Athletic Commission. The Canadian Professional Boxing Council is proud to present and sanction our main event. This fight is for the unification of the CPBC Eastern and Western lightweight Canadian titles. The winner will take home 2 belts and be the #1 contender for the CPBC lightweight Canadian title. We would like to extend a special thank you to the president of the CPBC, Mr. Don Collette. This next bout is sanctioned by the BC Athletic Commission. Your judges at ringside for this fight are Ed Pearson, Ed Garner, and Rick Shannon. Now we welcome the fighters to the ring. Welcoming first, in the blue corner, Jose Luis Zarate Lara.
So here we go, our main event, sponsored by Hall Constructors. Coming to the ring now is a last-minute replacement, Jose Luis Zarate Lara. He is 11-2 as a pro from Mexico. Now fights, lives, and trains out of Ontario. We don't know a lot about Jose Lara. We haven't seen a lot of footage of him other than through social media. He's obviously an experienced guy. He's come to fight, picked up this fight on late notice. He's come to win these belts. What are you guys expecting in this opening bout?
Well, Ryan, honestly, I have to admit, I have to be totally honest, I haven't heard an awful lot about this gentleman. You know, I think if he's an 11-2, he seems like a bit of a journeyman pro right now from Mexico. I think we know what to expect from those boys down there. Very direct, very tough style. They like exchanging, like sitting in the pocket. So that might be the kind of fight we're having tonight.
That's right. He's here to play. He's here to have fun, and he's here to put the game on, put the hurt on. So 11-2, that's what I like to see. Let him show us. How about that?
Indeed. Like I think we'll know a lot more about him after these 6 rounds.
And now we welcome his opponent in the red corner, Alex Torres. Now, ladies and gentlemen, live from beautiful British Columbia, Canada, to fight fans around the world, this Empire Boxing main event is brought to you by a true heavyweight contender in the civil construction industry, Hall Constructors. This fight is scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds of boxing in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, fighting out of Toronto, Ontario, this man is a southpaw fighter with a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. weighing in at 134.6 pounds, wearing the red trunks with the white trim, Jose Luis El Cerdo Zarate Lara! Introducing his opponent in the red corner, fighting out of Vancouver by way of Veracruz, Mexico, a 4-time Canadian champion with a professional record of 6 wins and 3 losses, weighing in at 134 pounds, wearing the blue trunks, Alex Azteca de Oro Torres! Your referee for this bout is Joel Scobie.
Boxer 2 second. Boxer 2 second. Okay, men, I gave you instructions in the dressing room. I remind you, listen to my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves now. Come out at the bell. Good luck.
Well, the official particulars are out of the way here, and we are ready for our 8-round title fight between Alex Torres and Jose Lara. Expect them to take a round or two here, really, to feel each other out. This is an 8-round fight, so both of them are experienced at the amateur and professional level. They will take their time to find their distance, find their range.
Jose establishing that jab right off the bat, multiple jabs. Alex feeling it out, letting him, seeing what he can get, seeing what he can do with what he's got.
As we said earlier, although Alex is 6-3, he's actually probably one of the most experienced professionals in Canada right now. We have a lot of up-and-coming fighters in Canada. Lucas Body, Mozawadi. There's a lot of guys I've been watching. Castillo Clayton's obviously right at the top of his game as well. But Alex Torres has fought some of the top guys, including his last fight against Gabriel Flores. Robson Conceição, I believe, is an Olympic gold medalist, and John Joe Nevin as well. So he's been in there with some of the top pros and amateurs in the world.
Definitely opening exchanges. Like you said, fighters feeling each other out a little bit, checking each other's range, seeing what the pace is going to be established. But I think with these 6 and 8 round fights, like you said, the first couple of rounds are quite calculated and quite deliberate.
You just mentioned Body. I almost see a resemblance with Jose and Body now that you mentioned that, for those that know.
Good left hand landed here in the opening round by Torres. Working the body as well. At the end of this opening round, we are going to highlight the Hall deconstruction of the night, and we'll feature Rhett Gibbons, who was highlighted in our second bout of the evening. Thanks again to Hall Constructors for sponsoring our main event this evening.
And jumping off the side of that, Re-Up Recovery. Thank you to one of our sponsors, Re-Up Recovery. They're a Vancouver-based athletic recovery company. They specialize in a 2-step pain relief system with state-of-the-art pre- and post-muscle recovery formulas. Re-Up allows you to speed up your muscle recovery process and always be at your best. We are on.
Although both guys are still really feeling each other out, not allowing anything substantial here, I would say Alex Torres has set the pace a little bit more in this opening round, applying the pressure and landing a few shots, including some nice body shots earlier on. You hear John Quinnett in the background asking Alex to throw his jab, set everything up off the jab. We have 15 seconds left here in the opening round, which seems to have been a round won by Alex Torres, but of course we'll have to wait until the end to see the judges' scorecards. Nice left hand over top here to finish the first round by Torres.
I love Alex's jabs or rights, and he slips every time.
Yep.
He's not there to get hit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So as I said, we're going to go back to our second bout of the evening between Rhett Gibbons and Ari Ashari to highlight the Hall deconstruction of the night. Rhett Gibbons did a really good job figuring out Ari's style. Ari's a come-forward fighter. You see here Rhett landing a nice overhand right, just using his distance really well, deconstructing Ari's style and coming up with the knockout victory. Congratulations to Rhett Gibbons, who moves to 1-0-1 as a professional.
Yes,
Beautifully
indeed.
won.
Congrats, Rhett.
What do you want to see, Robert, from Alex Torres here in the second round? I suspect he won the first round just by applying pressure and effective scoring, but do you think he's going to pick up the pace here in the second round?
I want to say he's probably going to start off the round similar to what he just finished off with, that same kind of pace. I would love to expect to see him add a bit more flair in there, a little bit more combos, really by both fighters. They kind of seem on par with the same tactic, technique, and I'd like to see just a little more action, but we got some rounds to go.
Absolutely, Rob, I agree. Obviously, as a spectator as well, like you said, a wee bit more action. Let's see what these lads are made of. But like you said, also, it's an 8-round fight. The boys want to take their time, figure each other out just a wee bit more.
Very composed, tactical opening first round. Let's see if the pace changes a little bit here in the second. As I mentioned earlier, the East and West lightweight belts are on the line here. The winner, who knows, could get a shot at the CPBC lightweight title later in the year.
A wee bit more pressure from Alex coming forwards now as well. He seems to be hurrying things up just a little bit more, shooting that left hand as well, so it's probably going to get a wee bit busier as we go on through this round.
Both guys here again, just waiting for opportunities. I think Alex has enough experience to have seen what Jose Lara is presenting at this point. He needs to start throwing his jab and start landing his shots. There you go. That's a nice left hand over top.
As I was just going to say, I would definitely like to see him throw that left hand just a wee bit more. I think he's going to be quite successful with that tonight. I'd like to just see it just a little bit more.
I mean, Lara's not answering with much at this point, although, you know, I see the pace and the tactics of this fight changing a little bit for Alex Torres. I haven't seen a lot from Jose Lara. If he's really going to keep himself in this fight and really vie for one of those belts, he's got to pick up the pace a little bit here in the second round.
Agreed, Ryan. Once again, though, I mean, those gloves just absolutely sublime. Thanks again to Everlast Canada. Welcoming boxing to the next level. Long live boxing indeed, and indeed, I would really like to figure out what colour they are. It's something that's going to keep me awake at night tonight.
We will email them.
Well, I think we should see.
Thank you, Everlast.
Yes, indeed.
Lara's been complaining a little bit here, both in the first and second round, about low punches. Both of those that I saw were right on the belt line. I feel like the intensity and the pace of this fight is being set by Alex Torres. I'd like to see him pick up that pace a little bit more, throw with a little bit more power and intent, but the pace is definitely being set by Alex Torres. Seems to me like Lara's almost a little bit tired here in the second round. We've got about 30 seconds left.
It does, Ryan. I was just noticing that, and I think now Alex's pace is picking up a little bit, and he's actually taking command of this fight. And I think that was a
little
bit of a
stumble.
slip.
It was a
bit of a slip and a stumble.
Oh, nice.
Nice left
beautiful
hook.
left hook.
There we go. 10 seconds left in the second round.
Alex, these last two rounds doing really well with throwing every punch, almost slipping his head each time, and not being caught for that, which is great.
Agreed, Rob. I think he's done quite well being able to do that.
Keeping out of harm's way.
I think Lara's corner definitely need to address that. I think I would like to see a little bit more aggression, a wee bit more come forward from Lara.
Yes.
Meet each other head to head. Going into this third round, I think he definitely needs a positive third round, and he's got to have it on his own gas.
Yeah.
In between rounds, we heard John Quinnett speaking to his fighter, Alex Torres, just telling him to pace himself. It's a long fight. There's a lot of rounds left. Seemed to indicate he really wants him to turn up the pace in and around round 6.
Going off that promotional video, that's a shout out to our sponsor, Hall Constructors. Find them on social media at Hall_Constructors. They are the Hall family of companies. They put people above everything.
Nice little body shot there by Lara.
Yes, indeed. I think it almost maybe surprised Lara that he was going to land that. I mean, I don't think he took full opportunity to apply and set his punches as well as he could have, but very nice placement indeed.
Good left hand
Beautiful.
over top. You know, I know John was mentioning to Alex, this is a long fight. I still would like to see Alex Torres settle down on a few of these shots like he just did there with that left hand and set the tempo here in the third round. Good overhand right hand there. That was great. Good jab.
I just heard his corner say, pushing back, and it's quite evident that Lara's not very comfortable on the back foot there. So, I do want to see a few adjustments. Perhaps, like I said, push forward. And I think when he does push forward, he might have just a wee bit more success and kind of narrow that margin of error that he's having right now, because he's letting Alex come forwards all the time and dictate this play.
And off of what you said there, he is moving backwards in a straight line.
Exactly.
I find that's not helping him out, which most of the time will never help. He's got to step off to the side a bit, and he's just not doing it enough.
I think that's after your second fight as an amateur, it's definitely something your coach talks to you about, and it's definitely all these basics, they trickle all the way up through the very top of boxing into this main event tonight, and it's definitely not helping him. Rob, you're absolutely right.
2 left hooks there while we were talking. Beautiful from Alex.
Alex has had actually a quite effective third round here. Although he's not incredibly busy, he is landing some really clean shots, setting things up off the jab.
That's
I'd
right.
love to see a couple more 3 and 4 punch combinations, but he seems very composed. He seems confident and in control of this third round.
Absolutely.
Good left hand over the
Beautiful,
top.
Right down the
left hand.
pipe.
Lara shakes his head, but I think he was caught and stunned a little bit there by that overhand shot by Alex Torres.
I think it's intensified the bloodiness of his nose as well. That'll cause him, if this continues out through the rounds, it's going to cause his breathing a wee bit of problem. It's going to be trickling into the back of his throat, and it's just another thing for him to be uncomfortable about during this fight.
On the money.
Ooh, I'm not sure Lara wants to be in here much longer. He's starting to turn his shoulder a little bit. I think Alex Torres senses that. He's picking up the pressure here now in round number 3 with only 26 seconds to go in the round.
That's right. You could see it in Alex's eyes. He is so laser focused.
Very focused.
He's given it, and he wants to take it, and maybe he wants it. He looks like he's the kind of guy who's going to want to stop it right now. Am I
think
wrong?
if Alex starts digging to the body, this fight could actually end early. I'm not sure, and again, we spoke earlier about the COVID
Right.
restrictions in Ontario. I'm not sure what kind of conditioning Lara is actually in with restricted training. I'd like to see Alex actually dig to the body here in the next few rounds.
Absolutely.
Good round.
Another very good round.
A very confident, dominant round here by Alex Torres. I think that was his best round of the fight so far. Let's take a look at this replay. Nice jab landed by the southpaw Alex Torres here,
Not happy about getting that punch.
and a nice uppercut.
Definitely not. And I think with Alex being so relaxed, it's very hard for Lara to see those punches coming through. It's very hard to see anything being telegraphed when you're that relaxed, when you're that
That's
laser
right.
focused. Alex he's really watching every movement, and he's picking his punches absolutely beautifully, and he's landing them very, very cleanly. And those is what's catching the judges' eyes and
It's a good
what's
point.
causing that damage.
Great point, yeah. He's throwing some light punches, and they look the same when he's throwing the hard punches.
Spot on, Rob.
You don't know what he's catching.
Spot on, Rob.
What I liked in that replay was Alex effectively throwing 3, 4, 5 punch combination. I'd love to see more of that. He's obviously feeling more confident, more comfortable in there. I'd like to see more of those 3 and 4 punch combinations here in the 4th round.
I think with the 4th round and him knowing his opponent's fatigue, I think we might just see just that, Ryan.
Alex working the jab, continuing to find his range, find his distance as he pushes Lara back against the ropes here. Overhand left. Lara needs to answer back to stop Torres coming forward here, or I think this fight is not going to go the distance. Another nice overhand left landed by Torres. Torres needs to follow up with a hook after that. He's definitely landing one shot at a time, but I think he's feeling more comfortable, more confident that he can let his hands go now. At this point in the fight, I'm really not sure if Lara can actually hurt Torres. And you can see that in Torres' demeanor here, his confidence, his body positioning here. He's starting to walk forward a lot more.
I agree with you, Ryan. I think at that point that you realise these things are going to be happening, I think obviously initiatives are taken.
Good left hand
Another
again.
beautiful left hand again.
Another.
Starting to land that overhand left at will. He needs to keep it going, needs to keep the pressure on Lara.
Sublime head movement in the pocket there as well. I think the more he makes Lara miss, I think the more he will drop Lara's confidence in those occasions, and it's going to be a lot harder for Lara to come back the longer this goes on.
We've got just
Great
over
body
a minute left here in the 4th round, and similar to the 3rd, Alex Torres is setting the pace here. Starting to land some big shots over the top,
Uppercut,
pressuring
left
Lara
hook.
against the ropes.
Another one.
He's just picking those punches absolutely beautifully. I mean, they're just so relaxed. They're landing spot on. I mean, with that body shot that you mentioned earlier on, just about 10 seconds ago, Rob, it didn't look like there was a lot in it, but let me tell you, that will sting. That will sting, and that will take the air out of you, and those all add up, especially in an 8-round fight.
Starting to see a little bit of the bleeding, bruising, and swelling here on Lara. And again, Tar is just becoming increasingly comfortable with his range. I really don't think Lara wants to be in here much more. And Torres is getting very comfortable here with Lara against the ropes, landing big shots, going in for the finish. He's down. A flurry of punches by Alex Torres sends Jose Lara to the canvas.
Yes, indeed, and I think we can hear Lara trying to blow his nose. And like I said in the 2nd round,
That's right.
The more shots you get, those little cuts add up and add up, and your breathing is definitely affected.
Very strong 10-8 round
called
here
it for
by
sure.
Alex Torres. Really strong close to the 4th round. Let's take a look at the replay and that series at the very end of the 4th round here. Here's Alex Torres applying some really strong pressure. Lara goes against the ropes. He lands a big overhand right, an overhand left, starts digging to the body here. And a nice left hook followed by a jab, a right hand, and down goes Lara. Really strong 10-8 round there for Alex Torres. If he applies that pressure again here coming out in the 5th round, I'm not sure Lara will be able to sustain this.
Agreed, Ryan. I think going into that corner, I think the shot that hurt him definitely to line up the rest was that left hand through the back of the guard of Lara. And I think unless we see something miraculous coming from Lara's corner right now, I think we know which way this fight's going to go.
That's right.
Based on the comments earlier in the round by John Quinnen, it seems like they have a really strategic game plan here that surrounds increasing the intensity from Alex Torres through round 6. I don't think we've seen the best of Alex Torres yet, and I think it's going to come this round.
I think you're on the money with that too. There's the way it keeps projecting. He's going to pick the pace up here.
I think the referee has echoed sentiments that I've actually felt during this fight. As the seconds are coming out very, very late in Lara's corner, and it is causing a wee bit of disruption to the fight.
A little bit more head movement here from Lara.
Yes, indeed. I was just noticing that, Rob.
There's a nice overhand left.
Beautiful overhand
Alex
left.
Torres is going to come in here. I think he's going to try and finish it here in this 5th round.
He definitely senses that opportunity, Ryan, and I think especially sensing Lara's fatigue, and obviously he's taking a few big shots. I think Alex definitely senses it.
I like Alex's tactic. Very unsuspecting.
Very unsuspecting.
Very
I
unsuspecting.
think that's
Hands down, popping the hard shots, looking and waiting, but Lara can't time him.
Yep, I think his timing is just so hard to read. And like you said, because he's so relaxed, it's very, very difficult to see those punches coming. Credit to Alex tonight.
Yeah, he's very composed, and clearly we can see the experience he's gained over his last 3 losses against some of the top boxers in the world.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He's definitely had a brilliant education with going in the ring with those 3 lads, and I think going forwards, I'm very excited to see the future with Alex.
He's clearly looking for the stoppage here. He's got to stay composed, find his shots like he did in the last round. Very nice. Here he goes.
He's putting power on those punches
He
now,
is.
real big.
He's adding just a wee bit more spice in those punches there, Rob. You know, and I think unfortunately Lara's just waiting for it. You know, I think he's
surviving.
expecting it's coming. He is surviving out there, but sadly, I think
We've
he's
got
just
a
waiting
minute
for
14 left. I don't think Lara wants to be in here much more, and Torres smells blood. He wants to finish this
That's
off for
right.
those 2 belts.
That's going to be a very long minute and 40, well now 7 seconds, Ryan, for Lara, unless we really see something coming out. Again, those tiny wee punches on the money every time, they definitely add up. When you add those power punches in between every now and again, it really brutalizes and breaks down your opponent and breaks your opponent's heart, which I think is what happened with Lara.
100%. Lara, as soon as he gets caught on the ropes, he's getting demolished with those punches. He got to, as soon as he touches the ropes with that back foot, he's got to get out of there like this, just like that, but he's got to still stay there on that back pedal if he's not going to be countering with some big punches.
Agreed, Rob, and not that I'm counting, but I am, but it's been 43 seconds since we've seen Lara throw a punch, and I think that's testament to what's going to be happening for tonight.
Another nice overhand left, and there he takes a knee. I think that's it. I don't think Lara wants any more of Alex Torres this evening.
We saw an opening. That's the way.
I think the referee will notice this as well.
8, 9, 10.
Lara stays down for the 10 count, and there you have it. Alex Torres is the new lightweight champion. Congratulations to Alex and his coach, John Quinnett. What a big win for him tonight.
Yes, indeed, Ryan. I mean, it was a very well executed game plan. I think Alex knew what he wanted to do, and congratulations to him and John Quinnett and the team that were behind him for this fight. And commiserations to Mr. Jose Lara.
I mean,
Let's take
nobody, Canada, the U.S. Man, 7 straight years as a pro. Successful amateur, give me my due, baby. I got the belts. I repeat, I will fight anybody. Thanks to all the support from all the fans. Latino Mexicano, Viva Mexico!
Let's take a look at the replay from that final knockdown there by Alex Torres. Here he is pressuring Lara against ropes, a big overhand left, and quite frankly, at that point, Lara just didn't want any more. He'd taken enough punishment over the course of that fight and throughout that round. He went down to a knee and just simply didn't want to get up and continue this evening.
Good, clean boxer.
Thanks again to Hall Constructors for sponsoring our main event this evening. It's been a fantastic card with a lot of highlight knockouts, and congratulations to Alex Torres for becoming the new lightweight champion.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, Alex. And I think we heard at the end there, he seems an ambitious young man. You know, he wants another opportunity. He wants a call-up to maybe a bigger, maybe more lucrative opponent. And quite frankly, from what I've seen tonight, especially given his history and his CV, I think the lad deserves a chance.
He's a game opponent, that's for sure, and he's coming. He's coming and gunning.
Coming and gunning, indeed, brother. Coming and gunning, indeed. Yeah, and once again, you know. The way that John Quinnett runs his gym is quite clear. You know, a lot of method to what they're doing.
Very pristine.
Absolutely pristine with everything that they do. And congratulations to him and his team tonight as well.
Well, there's the two belts in the ring. You see Alex Torres with his coach John Quinnett, and Dan Norman and Anna Ferrant in the ring, co-partners at Empire Boxing Promotions. We'll turn it over to the MC for the official decision.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of our main event of the evening, presented by Hall Constructors. The referee has stopped this fight for a TKO, 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the 5th round. And the winner in the red corner of the Eastern and Western lightweight titles, Alex Torres!
Well, as Alex Torres gets his belts put on here, and we wait for him to head over for his post-fight interview, we're going to show a few of the highlights from this evening's fantastic card.
Wonderful performance. Congratulations to him.
Yes, indeed.
Here we have our opening bout, Sean Archer versus Daniel Roach. The only fight of the evening, I believe, that didn't actually end in a stoppage, although Sean Archer did get dropped with a beautiful body shot, as we see here. Congratulations to Daniel Roach, who moves to 2-0 as a professional. In our second bout, here we are with Rhett Gibbons versus Ari Ashari. Ari came forward, trying to establish dominance, but Rhett was just too much this evening. Used his slick boxing skills, dropping Ari twice in this fight en route to a stoppage. Rhett Gibbons moves to 1-0-1 as a professional, and looking forward to seeing more of Rhett soon. Really exciting fight here in the first Bridgerweight bout in Canadian professional boxing history. Jay Bard gets knocked out in the last highlight we saw there. And here, Josh Johnsey versus Brian Samuel. Entertaining fight. Josh goes on to win this bout in his first professional boxing debut. Hopefully we'll see Josh back in the ring again soon. Thanks to Brian Samuel for coming out from Red Deer, giving us a good show. And moving on to our main event, as we wait for Alex Torres to head over to get interviewed. Alex Torres wins 2 belts this evening. Really dominating performance against Jose Lara, who came in on late notice, but just sustained pressure from Alex Torres throughout all of the rounds, and ultimately end, as we see in the 5th round. Jose Lara gets caught with a big overhand left, takes a knee, and just doesn't want to continue fighting anymore. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors this evening, including our main event sponsor of the last bout, Hall Constructors. Thanks to Empire Boxing Promotions for bringing professional boxing back to BC. We're really looking forward to hosting more events here at the Gaming Stadium. And one last highlight here, we see Benit Biesla with a sensational knockout of his opponent, Thomas Munkachi, in the last round. Alex shaking hands with Dan Norman. He's got his team in the ring, taking some photos. A big night for Alex. As I mentioned earlier, he's coming off of 3 consecutive losses to top quality competition. This is a big night for Alex. I mean, he's back at it. He holds 2 belts now here in Canada. I'm looking forward to talking to him and seeing who he wants next. What's the plan for the rest of 2021? Congratulations to him and his coach, John Quinnett. A really big night for Quinnett Boxing Club.
Yeah.
Alex, congratulations on your victory this evening. You must feel good. Tell us what it's like to have those 2 belts wrapped around you right now.
I mean, the belts look nice. I looked all right in the ring too, so put 2 and 2 together, right? It was a beautiful performance, I think. There's obviously always things to improve on, but I think for a main event, especially short notice on Lara there, Zarate Lara, to come in 1 week notice and fight the way he did, I thought it was a good fight. I hope the fans enjoyed.
Yeah, hats off to your opponent. As you said, he came in on fairly late notice, and that's great. I know you wanted this fight. You looked very composed tonight. It's clear that you and your coach, John Quinnett, had a game plan and you executed it. What was the strategy, and how did you effectively execute that to stop him in the 5th round?
I mean, like you said, you can see that as the fight progresses, I get stronger. So the first couple rounds, I was just feeling him out. You know, you don't want to walk into stupid punches, take on the stair punishment. I got hit a little bit in the first couple rounds, more than I should have. But the whole plan is just, go to the body, mix up the shots, up and down. Try to stay in the southpaw stance. I'm not a natural southpaw, so you saw I outboxed the southpaw pretty good. And I'm just looking at action right now. I'm impressed. I kept catching him with that overhand left over the jab. It was beautiful, man. I'll give myself an 8 out of 10 for that performance.
Yeah, you seem really composed. A bit of a slow start for both of you. You were feeling each other out, and it seemed around the 4th round you smelt blood. You knew there was an opening. Walk me through the moment you knew there was an opportunity for you to finish Jose Lara.
To be honest, I felt, even in the 2nd round, he was really feeling the shots. So I just picked up the tempo. I started doing the Philly shoulder roll a little bit more. So I saw the shots come in a lot easier rather than having to straight guard. So just mix that up. That little adjustment really helped. And yeah, like I said, you can't, man, some of those shots were flush, counters, over the jab, straight, nice jab, over and over to the body. It's just like you can't eat too many of those shots, bro. This is a tough kid, bro.
So you moved to 7-3 now as a pro. You've got 2 belts around you. What's next? What are you going to do in 2021, and who do you want?
I told the guy, Daniel Norman, I will fight anybody. That's the thing about me. I fought everybody. I fought Jose Ramirez, who's going to fight to unify the junior welterweight titles as an amateur. I fought Robson Constanciao on ESPN. Everywhere. Gabriel Flores was my previous fight. Listen, I'm not going to say anything bad about other fighters, but I'm a real fighter. Represento la bandera de Mexico con todo mi corazón. I represent the Mexican flag with all my heart, and I'm a real Mexican warrior. I'll fight anybody.
Well, congratulations on those 2 belts. I hope you have time to go celebrate with your friends, family, and your coach, and we hope to see you back in the ring real soon.
Big shout out to Empire Promotions for everything, for believing in me, my team, Jonathan Quinnett, Michael Mostro Mateo, my team back in Calgary, La Gente Mexico, Viva Mexico! And this is the beginning, baby. This is the beginning of something beautiful. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Congratulations,
Love you guys.
Alex.
Okay, thank you guys.